A recent report published in Education News says that since 1999, the number of children who are homeschooled has increased by 75%, which makes the growth of homeschooling 7 times that of public school enrollment during the same time period. Homeschool children represent a small fraction of all school-aged children in the U.S., making up about 4% of the school-age population. Data published in Education News shows that homeschool children are consistently doing better than their peers in standardized tests. Those who identify themselves as independently educated generally score between the 65th and the 89th percentile on standardized exams. In addition, it was found that achievement gaps based on gender, income levels, and ethnicity do not exist in homeschooling environments, and the results may even come at a lower cost. The average expenditure for the education of a homeschooled child is around $500 to $600 a year. In public schools, it is common for parents to spend thousands of dollars on their children every year. Rough estimates place the number of homeschoolers in the U.S. at around 2 million, but the number is growing rapidly. So then what do Chinese net users have to say about the growing trend of homeschooling in America? Let's take a look.
It's ironic that just as Chinese people are madly chasing after an American education, that the Americans are growing unsatisfied with their own system. It seems that the Americans are constantly innovating, whereas I wonder when China will make any changes to our own outdated education system. In the age of the internet, students have the ability to complete their courses online without having to be physically in the classroom. I think this is wonderfully convenient. If parents think they have the ability to teach their children, homeschooling is a good option. They can also consider hiring a professional teacher to come to their home. I know there are many private homeschools in the city of Xiamen, but these private institutions charge very high tuition fees. For most families, sending their children to public school is the simplest and sometimes the only option. If students choose to learn from home, perhaps they will not perform very well on the college entrance examinations, but they will be able to hone their creativity. Given the frequency of school shootings in the United States, I'm not surprised that many parents are choosing to homeschool their children. This trend must be the result of declining quality in public education in America. I don't think homeschooling is an ideal situation for a lot of families.
In China, homeschooling is a grassroots effort. Now, although there have been no such case to date, Chinese experts say that parents that choose to homeschool their child could be viewed as violating the compulsory education law, which considers homeschooling illegal unless the service is delivered through a non-governmental organization. Now, there have also been concerns on how children can re-enter the public school system after a period of homeschooling. Most experts believe that homeschooling is not compatible with the current Chinese education system. Many education experts warn parents against homeschooling if they want their children to accept higher education in China. And now back to Weibo for some more thoughts from Chinese net users on both the advantages and disadvantages of homeschooling.
Can parents teach children social skills? Don't these children have to interact with their peers to develop these skills? I think if children are homeschooled, they will miss the opportunity to have a rich social life. Schools are a good place for children to develop their social skills and to adjust to society. It's not objective to simply judge a child based on their marks in school. A person cannot succeed without high emotional intelligence, no matter how high their IQ is. I'm afraid that homeschooling children do not provide them with the opportunity to cultivate their social skills. Homeschooled children lack interaction with their peers. Friends are an essential component of any child's growth. I don't think homeschooling is a good idea. In school, children can make friends and participate in many activities. They are too isolated if they stay at home. I think there is definitely a trend toward homeschooling. But the negative side is that children that are homeschooled lack practice cooperating with others. I think this can be overcome if parents encourage their children to participate in online learning groups as well as social activities.
Seems like most Chinese parents stand on the side of the skeptics when it comes to the topic of homeschooling. The truth of the matter is, however, that ordinary Chinese families simply do not have the resources to homeschool their child because both parents usually work. In wealthier families, parents usually opt for private schools where teachers' instructions can be tailored to each student's individual needs.